Starting from the beginning with the idea that the economy was going to be based on broadband, and the connectivity that we see today is really an essential element of our economic future. I think that's the very beginning. I also think that the kind of educational activities that ICF does around the year with the ICF Institute and all kinds of boot camps and other things is really valuable, because people need to have that education. I mean, everybody's, they're working hard in their own communities, trying to do things. They don't have time to do the kind of research that ICF can do for them.
I think ICF give us the idea how we can think from the client's side, from people's side, to look at our community.
This is clearly, we have noticed, especially now when we have been here, that cities must have clear strategy, clear plans for the future, with it long how they do it. And then the of course must be also organization which is involved and wants to do this processing.
Well, one of the best things I've learned from the ICF is the need for the triple helix, getting government together along with private sector and of course academia, making sure that we share common interests and goals, create a common vision, and then allot our resources effectively so that we can achieve those goals. Often we act in disparate parts, and often we collide with our ideals. And when we actually collaborate with government, and that's really what the ICF is about, is collaborating between everyone to make a common vision occur. That's really why I think ICF is successful. People are here today and in the hallways networking. They're sharing ideas, and throughout the course of these 3 days, people are hearing what has made other communities successful and what you could do to adapt that to your own community. And I think when we all leave here, we're reinvigorated on the possibilities for the future.
If you're going to be an innovative city, you've got to convince the key and highest decision makers, so that's the mayor and the politicians, as well as the CEO of the city. You've got to convince them that you're doing things right.
How can you communicate better with your community, bring out the best, unite your community on this idea of using technology and ICT in a number of societal challenges?
Well, it really, I think we intuitively understood that it's the communities now that provide thought leadership and think about things differently and use broadband technology to embrace change. I think we knew that some of that, but we really didn't understand what that meant in terms of the potential of communities. And that really, through this process and through the ideas that are being shared through ICF, really allows us to understand the journey that we're on.
In Riverside, we've learned a lot from all the other communities that have been designated as Smart 21 Top 7 and Most Intelligent. And I think the important part for us has been, over the last 3 and 4 years, the economic conditions of our city have been very challenging. And we've really struggled to try to figure out how to reinvent ourselves, how to create jobs locally. And so when we take a look at all the 5 aspects of that, I think the real key piece for us was trying to find out the things that we do best.
It's really good for us to see that there are like-minded communities around the globe, and they're doing the same as us. And this gives us that chance to connect and say, okay, well, this is what we're doing. What are you doing? And without this connection, we wouldn't learn.
I think it was basically to learn that there was so much things, or so much going on in the community, and increasing the possibilities of sharing and knowing what other people were doing, and bringing all of this under one big umbrella, which was the submission.